The second largest proportion of our human body after water is minerals. And this area of our health, I feel, is frequently neglected, and we're seeing huge consequences of mineral deficiencies happening and resulting in a lot of degenerative health problems. This is a problem that's become progressively worse over the last 40-50 years. In the US, it was flagged up in 1936 that our soils were becoming nutrient deficient due to intensive agriculture, and unfortunately over that the period since then, the problem has probably largely got worse. In the case of bone health, the general feeling is we need more calcium. But calcium is only one of 12 minerals that is present in the bone. And by giving the body one mineral, and the danger is you're creating an imbalance. And one of the things that is important now is that we focus on getting good levels of minerals in the body. I believe the problem has been compounded in the over the last few decades because of the advice to avoid salt. Now, I do believe we should avoid processed salt from that's commonly available, the table salt, but the body needs good salt. And I mean good unprocessed salt, a good sea salt, or potentially a Himalayan salt. And we are seeing more and more issues that are caused because of low mineral composition in the body, probably compounded because of this lack of consumption of salt. In fact, the problem goes back probably a lot further than the current advice in terms of restricting salt intake. To in the days prior to refrigerators, when salt was used for preserving, and consequently people had a much higher salt content diet, and interestingly enough, they did not have problems to the same extent of heart disease as we have now. If you want to read more about the benefits of salt and a lot of the myths that are surrounding the ingestion of salt or the requirement to avoid it, then I would highly recommend you read The Salt Fix, which has been written by a research doctor, a cardiovascular scientist, setting out all the research and why it is necessary for most people to increase their salt intake. An alternative book, which is also very much worth reading, by a Dr. Robert Thompson, called The Calcium Lie, goes into a lot of details about the requirement for minerals and requirement to take minerals in a balanced form, because otherwise they can cause more problems in the body than they actually solve. So the final message I would say is, do read the research. Don't take my word for it. I'm not a doctor, but rather read what the experts are saying, look at the research, and then I would seriously say that you should prioritize mineral consumption in your diet to try and reduce the imbalances that can set the scene for the potential for degenerative diseases. So it can take some time for the body to recover and to build up to adequate levels, but the important thing is you start, and you start now.